Good afternoon, San Antonio. Richard Cavazos here, your floor covering specialist. So we sell tons of carpet, and one of the things that I always tell my clients when they buy carpet from us is you have to get them maintained. In order for the manufacturers to give you warranties, you have to get your carpets professionally cleaned. And we partner up with Alamo Steam Team. And the analogy I like to use, people don't think about, is just like when you buy a vehicle, you have to get your oils changed every 3 to 5 months. Same thing with carpets. You have to get your carpets cleaned professionally every 12 to 18 months in order for the manufacturers to honor the warranties. And I want to introduce my buddy here, Joe Trevino from Alamo Steam Team. He's a general manager, and just kind of let him talk to us about the process of how they do it and their approach.
Big thing that we like to do is we know that every house is different. So what we do is we take a hands-on approach and we offer free estimates because we don't feel like it's fair to charge you if you have a bunch of furniture in the space. So we'll deduct the furniture, and it's an all-inclusive process. We'll measure the space, we'll consult with you, we'll give you some tips, and if everything works out, we'll do the job the same day.
Awesome. So one of the questions I always get asked from my customers is, why wouldn't I just go to Home Depot, rent a carpet cleaner? And I always try to tell them, well, it doesn't make sense. You have to use a truck mounted system, correct? What's the biggest advantage of that?
The biggest advantage of that is removing the residue. With a Home Depot one, it's really good for getting spots out and things like that. But whenever you're doing a large space, the biggest spot, the biggest thing that you want to take care of is removing that residue, removing the soap. It's like if you were to go and shampoo your hair and rinse it for 2 seconds, you probably didn't do a good job.
Right. So have all that residue, and that's what's going to attract more dirt down the road.
Exactly.
The other thing that I want to point out that they help us out with tremendously is we have customers that buy rugs from us, or if they buy them from any other place. Kind of excited to show you guys kind of their system and how they do their rug cleaning. They specialize in Oriental rug cleaning, expensive high-end dollar rug cleaning. I think if you buy a $200 rug, maybe you don't treat it as well as a $20,000 rug, and that's where you got to have a company like Alamo Steam Team come in and make sure that that's a big investment. And people spend a lot of money on rugs, and you have to get them clean. Here in a bit, he'll show us kind of his process, his machines, and what they do. So I'm kind of excited to see that as well. The biggest thing that they help us with as well is with our clients that have large investments with these area rugs. They have to be cleaned, and Joe's gonna show us kind of that process. When customers try to clean their own rugs, it always makes for a bad experience from what I always hear. It's like, I tried cleaning my rug and they don't get all the water out, then it starts smelling like dog, especially if they have, pet stains on it. That's probably the biggest issue. So talk to me about how you actually start off your process with cleaning rugs themselves.
All right, so one of the very first steps that we do is we put these rugs in this dusting machine here. It knocks out all the sand, it knocks out all the pet hair, and it just makes it for an easier clean. After we do that, then we vacuum the rugs or air dust them so we can prepare it for the wash.
All right, so after the dusting process, what's basically the next step? Just washing the rug, right?
Well, we bring it onto the wash floor, and we typically are gonna start with the back of the rug first, and then we'll clean the face of the rug.
Oh, y'all do the back of the rug too?
Yeah, you gotta clean the back of the rug.
I never thought about that. It makes sense.
By getting the back of the rug, you're able to push everything forward and push it to the front, to the face of the rug.
Right.
And it just allows a better clean.
And I'm also guessing that when you approach rug cleaning, there's, depending on the stain, to your point, there's different chemicals you use, or do you just use kind of a standard cleaner to use it, or?
Yeah, we use an Oriental rug shampoo. It's very safe. With expensive rugs, you want to use something that's different from cleaning carpets in your home. Whenever we clean carpets in your home, you're going to use solution that's more alkaline. Whenever you clean rugs, you want to do the opposite. You want to use something slightly acidic.
I guess that's good to know, because there's so much of an investment made on these rugs. The last thing you want to do is take your rug or carpet to a cleaner and then them use the wrong product and they ruin your rug.
All right, so another big thing is you cannot clean these Oriental rugs with hot water. You don't want to use steam on them. And the reason why you don't want to use steam on them is because a lot of them have dyes that can bleed and can run. So by cleaning them here in a controlled environment, it allows us to mitigate that, so you don't end up with red stains where white is supposed to be. All right, so the biggest key with these rugs is you gotta dry them fast. So we have the centrifuge machine here, and what it does is, think of a dryer but without the heat. It uses centrifugal force, it whips the water out of the rug, and it's about 98% dry. Once it comes out of there, we'll hang the rug and we'll let it sit overnight where it dries completely.
We just saw the rug being pulled out of the, what do you call it, centrifuge?
Centrifuge machine.
Centrifuge, okay, it's basically like a dryer that dries out the rug in a couple minutes, but then you still have to hang it up, I guess, right?
Yeah.
To let it dry overnight, just to be
Yeah.
100%.
When it comes out of the centrifuge machine, it's about 98% dry, but we let it hang overnight.
It actually feels dry already.
It feels dry,
Yeah, because it's not even dripping or anything.
and it's soft. It's not dripping. It's pretty much dry, but just for extra measures,
Right.
we'll dry it overnight,
Sure.
hang it, and that way it's prepared for tomorrow. We'll check it.
And then what do you do after that? So you check it to make sure it's clean, and then
Yeah, we'll double check, make sure no spots came back. We'll make sure it's dry still, and then we'll wrap it in paper so we can transport the rug.
Gotcha. Awesome, man. That's pretty cool. Thank you for showing us this process.
Yeah.
It's actually seems pretty complicated, but you explained it pretty well.
Thank you.
The investment is on all the equipment, obviously, and then making sure you have people that know what they're doing,
Exactly.
using the right products, and making sure that people know that bringing it to a professional, there's value to that. So one more thing, Joe, can you just explain to us the actual equipment, the machinery, the investment that you've actually made into these truck mounted systems? You've got a handful of trucks, obviously.
Yeah.
So there's everything that you do comes down to what's in here, I guess, right?
Yeah, this is the bread and butter. This is what allows us to get the highest quality clean that you can possibly get. It's an $80,000 machine, so we invest highly in our products, in our equipment, in our technicians, in our training, to make sure that we're giving you the best product and service that we possibly can.
So for me, having a good partner in any endeavor that I actually am involved with, especially with my company, is important. So whenever I have my clients that are looking to get their carpets cleaned, their rugs cleaned, Joe here with Alamo Steam Team is definitely one of the best. I really appreciate him. We've been using them for probably over 7-8 years now, and they're just good to refer to my customers. They got good quality, good products, good people, and they do a good job. So I just want to thank you again, my friend.
Thank you for trusting us.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank you for spending the day kind of explaining kind of what y'all
Yeah.
do in the process, and that way, it adds value to our customers and they have a good idea of what it takes to do what you do.